Martial God Asura, Chapter 443. Chapter. Chapter, a storm of martial energy was about to descend upon Leaning Mountain Town. In the blink of an eye, a figure appeared above its rooftops, moving with the swiftness of a striking serpent. Suspended in the air, he clasped his hands behind his back, an unreadable expression etched across his face. Below him, Chufeng and Ziling turned, sensing a presence that made their blood run cold. "I have been waiting for you," the figure declared, his voice calm yet carrying an undercurrent of peril. "Chufeng, Ziling, I have waited a long time." Chufeng's eyes narrowed. "Who are you?" he shouted, his voice carrying over the wind. A faint smile touched the newcomer's lips. "You must have heard of me. I am Zhang Tianyi, a disciple of the Azure Dragon School." Recognition sparked within Chufeng. His heart leapt. If Zhang Tianyi truly hailed from the Azure Dragon School, then perhaps he was an ally. "Senior Zhang." Chufeng's words carried a mix of surprise and cautious hope, but the hope was fleeting. Zhang Tianyi's brows slanted sharply like twin blades of judgment. Layers of killing intent coiled within his eyes. "Senior Zhang? Do you presume to call me that?" Confusion flickered across Chufeng's face. "Senior Zhang, have I unknowingly offended you?" he asked carefully. A chilling laugh broke from Zhang Tianyi. "You, Chufeng, dared to provoke the Lingyun school, and because of you, my Azure Dragon school has been shattered. Centuries of painstaking cultivation and legacy reduced to ashes in an instant, and yet you dare speak of seniority?" His voice dripped with fury. "I, Zhang Tianyi, will cleanse this disgrace. I will eliminate a wretched disciple such as you." With those words, the air around Zhang Tianyi trembled. His left hand drew an invisible bow, while his right summoned an arrow of pure martial energy. Then, with a violent pull, 10,000 golden lights erupted, cascading through the sky like a meteor shower, hurtling toward Chufeng. This was no ordinary technique. It was the legendary bow of 100 transformations of the Azure Dragon School, a martial skill forged in glory and calamity. The heavens quaked under its assault. Though Chufeng had nearly mastered this very skill himself, the display before him was nothing short of terrifying. Each arrow tore through space, leaving dark scars in its wake, as if the sky itself might rend under the attack. "His power is immense," Chufeng murmured, brow furrowing in astonishment. Even one who had walked the path of cultivation almost to perfection could feel the oppressive weight of Zhang Tianyi's strength. If a master of the third level of the heaven realm could be a king among kings, then Zhang Tianyi stood above them all, a sovereign of devastation. Ziling's gaze sharpened. "So he dares speak of cleansing? Very well. Let us see if his words carry the weight of truth." She moved with grace born of lethal discipline, her palms weaving the currents of boundless spirit formation. Walls of ethereal blue arose, shimmering like crystal under the sun. Their brilliance belied the indestructible will that flowed through them, a testament to her mastery as a divine body of the heaven realm. Yet, even as the spirit formation solidified, Zhang Tianyi's golden arrows tore through them without hesitation. Bang! 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 The crystal barriers shattered like glass under the tide of light, fragments scattering into nothingness. Ziling's eyes widened in disbelief. Even she, who had faced warriors far beyond ordinary comprehension, felt a cold shock run through her veins. To think that a cultivator of the third level could so effortlessly break through her defenses, this was no ordinary opponent. Truly formidable, Ziling muttered, summoning the exquisite chariot, her elite armament, and hurling it into the sky. It expanded, forming a golden shield of overwhelming might between them and Zhang Tianyi. The collision was deafening. Dang! Dang! Steel rang against golden arrows, the chariot trembling under the assault. Yet the chariot began to inch backward, pushed relentlessly by the storm of martial force. "Go!" Ziling's shout cut through the chaos. With a surge of will, the exquisite chariot shot toward Zhang Tianyi, a weaponized comet of righteous fury. Zhang Tianyi laughed, his presence unyielding. "A fine chariot indeed. A pity it lacks a master. Allow me." He unleashed a sleeve, forming an immense eagle-claw-shaped hand from heaven power, dozens of meters wide, seizing the exquisite chariot with terrifying force. Ziling's heart sank. This opponent's strength far surpassed expectation, his power unrestrained, his ambition to seize her armament undeniable. "World Spirit, aid me," she cried, summoning the spirit formation gate. From it emerged the world spirit of the fairy spirit world, its form radiant, wielding a golden longsword. Over time, nourished by source energy, the world spirit had ascended to the third level of the heaven realm, its battle might rivaling even those of the fourth level. With resolute power, it lunged toward Zhang Tianyi. A world spirit? Zhang Tianyi's eyes glimmered with intrigue. Interesting. Let me test the strength of one who comes from the so-called spirit world. Fear was absent in him. One hand continued to crush the struggling exquisite chariot, while the other materialized a golden longsword from the essence of the bow of 100 transformations. Heaven power surged around him, a figure poised to clash head-on with the world's spirit, the air vibrating with the promise of annihilation. Above leaning mountain town, the skies shivered. Here, the fate of the Azure Dragon School, the honor of cultivators, and the might of legendary martial arts would be tested in the crucible of battle. The stage was set, the warriors ready, and the clash of heaven realm forces would echo through eternity. In the realms of legend, where the wind carries whispers of immortal prowess and the earth trembles beneath the footsteps of the extraordinary, there unfolds a battle that will echo through the ages. Imagine a world bathed in ethereal light, where the clash of swords and the surge of power can rend the heavens itself. A storm of golden radiance swirled around the fairy spirit world spirit, her aura like the halo of a saint descending upon mortal soil. The sword in her grasp shimmered with blinding brilliance, weaving arcs of divine light across the sky. Every swing was a spectacle, every strike a force capable of crushing mountains. Yet, in the midst of her resplendent fury, there was one who would not falter. Zhang Tianyi stood firm, the heaven power gold sword condensed by the legendary bow of 100 transformations held lightly in one hand. With a calmness that belied the fury around him, he deflected each assault, each golden arc of the fairy spirit world, Spirit's attacks meeting resistance that seemed almost impossible. The air around him crackled as he pivoted, his sword tip spinning like a celestial axis, turning defense into offense. The tides of battle shifted as his unique, domineering sword techniques forced the fairy spirit world spirit to retreat, danger now surrounding her like a tightening noose. Eggy, lend me your strength. Chu Feng's voice rang out like a clarion call, sharp and resolute. Without hesitation, Eggy poured the power of the 9th level of the profound realm into him. Golden lightning flashed in Chu Feng's eyes, the raw force of his aura swelling and spiraling toward the heaven realm. Then, like a river of sky and sun intertwining, blue lightning emerged, weaving with the gold to form intricate patterns across his pupils. The heaven realm trembled as Chu Feng stepped through its gates. Yet an anomaly persisted. Logic dictated that the union of his lightning power and Eggy's borrowed cultivation should have vaulted him into the 2nd level of the heaven realm. Instead, he lingered at the first, the heavens themselves seeming to restrain him. They pondered this anomaly, the young heroes, Eggy and Ziling, speculating that the immense binding of the heaven realm, coupled with the borrowed nature of his power, restrained his ascent. Perhaps, only if Chu Feng personally reached the 9th level of the profound realm, could the path to the 2nd heaven open fully. Even so, his might, especially with the elite armament in hand, rivaled that of the 4th heaven realm, a force to be reckoned with. With a surge of determination, Chu Feng mounted the dragon traveling through 9 heavens, the Asura ghost axe in hand. He struck at Zhang Tianyi, a blade of black light tearing through the void. Zhang Tianyi, holding the exquisite chariot with one hand, intercepted the attack with ease, but the clash was catastrophic. The Asura ghost axe's might was immense, and the heaven power gold sword shattered under its fury. Zhang Tianyi leapt aside, laughter echoing across the battlefield. Ah, your elite armament is exquisite. I shall claim it for myself. In his hands, another weapon appeared, the divine wood sword, pulsating with raw light. With a casual flourish, waves of radiant energy surged from it, pushing Chu Feng back despite his formidable strength. Even as they clashed, the truth of their rivalry crystallized. Once comrades, now opponents, in a dance of destiny. Senior Zhang, why must we fight like this? Chu Feng's voice bore a weight of sorrow, not yet unleashing his full power. A mountain cannot hold 2 tigers, Chu Feng. Zhang Tianyi's retort was cold, final. The continent of the 9 provinces whispers our names together, but only one can reign supreme. That one is me. And to prove it, there is only one path: your death. Each strike was merciless, a testament to his intent to kill, to carve his supremacy into the world. A chilling resolve shone in Chu Feng's eyes as he summoned the faint radiance of green armor, cloaking himself in white fog. He sought to ensnare Zhang Tianyi in an illusion formation to turn the tide through cunning. Yet Zhang Tianyi's instincts were honed beyond ordinary perception. The divine wood sword flared with unyielding brilliance, shattering the illusion before it could take hold. Impossible! Chu Feng's brow furrowed as the torrent of attacks bore down upon him. His dragon traveling through 9 heavens maneuvered frantically, seeking escape, but Zhang Tianyi's speed surged. Blue flames erupted beneath his feet, propelling him like a shadow that could not be outrun. Death's breath whispered near, the threat immediate and terrifying. Chu Feng, step back! In that instant, Ziling appeared, a spectral guardian enveloped in purple aura, though only at the first heaven realm. Her strength had multiplied, and the massive purple bell of divine power descended upon Zhang Tianyi. But Zhang Tianyi was undaunted. His laughter rang out, unyielding. A blue aura enveloped him, transforming into searing flames that radiated from within, a manifestation of his own body's power. The flames, scorching and unrelenting, could harm none. They were his essence, a divine body in bloom. With this terrifying force, his battle prowess surged, eclipsing even Ziling's assault. Chu Feng and Ziling's hearts trembled with awe and fear. Could it be a divine body? The power, the aura, the martial artistry, all mirrored the peak of cultivation, a deadly perfection. Here, before them, stood a young warrior whose mastery rivaled the heavens themselves. In that suspended moment, the battlefield seemed to hold its breath. Lightning, flames, and spiritual energy twisted the air, the dance of combat rising to a fever pitch. Legends were being written with every strike, and the story of Chu Feng, Zhang Tianyi, and Ziling would be sung across the ages as a testament to the relentless pursuit of martial supremacy.